to play Guile. And even if he had a secondary character, I feel like you ought to be pretty comfortable going into this matchup. And indeed, we do see the Guile out of Caba, keeping it comfortable versus Xombat on the Luke.
And it is not top 8 losers, chat. It is top 8 winners semis.
Oh my god, using that, the anti-airs out of Caba, so consistently strong.
The drive rush throw is so tricky, and I remember in the betas and the demos, people were like, man, I think this is cheap, you're so fast flying at me, and then I get thrown for no reason. And now I look at it and I'm like, man, that does no damage. I'd so much rather like throw a normal out there and pray I get the hit, because even on block, I'm still a plus.
The back throw from Caba. It's interesting actually that back throw ends up happening there, where Caba like had momentarily ended up out of the corner, but I think one of the hallmarks of a good Guile player is they aren't super scared when they fight at the wall.
Yeah, there's so many options that they can maneuver around, and the timing of these jump-ins is so great for Caba. Not burnt out yet, but a pixel of either.
Yeah, that was a really good spot for Caba to go for the DR forward. If Xombat hadn't committed to something there, they were going to end up going into burnout off of blocking that crouching strong, so it puts Caba into sort of a checkmate 2 situation almost. Gets away with the jump in there as Xombat overcommits to level 1. Now Caba cashing out into a level 3 on the next punch. This is such a strong lead for this first game.
Definitely a tough spot to be in, and you're having to parry pump these, which means you are losing about a third of a gauge, I would say, every time you pump and release, even though you are blocking the projectile. So just a tough spot to find yourself in.
And like you had highlighted, right, Caba had spent a lot of that particular round throwing those slow booms and causing Xombat to waste drive. So in that spot, Xombat walks forward, Caba goes for the fast boom and catches out Xombat unable to react to the parry, with the parry, I'm sorry, in time.
It's clinical how often we're seeing Caba be able to throw this boom and then still have the time to recover and parry the jump-in attempt from Xombat. And it's really starting to frustrate them because they don't have that opportunity to get in, and that is something we saw a lot of last week, where the level 1 attempt from the Luke player gets stuffed by a boom, and then you see Caba with the level 1 input of their own as the true punish.
Alright, and another round on the board there for Caba. Early and aggressive start out of Xombat this time. Oh, but I love that. You saw some talk on Twitter a few weeks ago where people were talking about in certain spots where you drive cancel, just commit to a reversal as the defender, because you know they're locked into a certain amount of time in that animation, so you're ready to catch them for it.
Nice parry that time from Xombat, but again, I'm still shook how every jump-in's been parried by Caba.
I'm a little bit surprised that Caba did that defensive DI out of the corner, and Xombat wasn't in the position to counter DI it in a spot where I feel like Caba did it because they thought they were going to get wall splat. Xombat managed to stabilize the round anyway and cash out that level 1 super. Early jump this time in this next round to try to make something happen. Plus frames on the overhead, so Caba gets playing. Nice jab check.
Oh, the spacing.
What a backdash.
But they don't believe in the hit, so they're now stuck having to play against this neutral game again. Slow boom. Beats the anti-air attempt.
Alright, slow booms again, and it's like you called out. Caba's using those slow booms, and Xombat is trying to parry pump them.
I think you burnt
out.
out.
The parry comes so early, they're losing out. No, you're barely not right. But now, I mean, that means Xombat needs to commit to more active defensive decisions. If he had jumped in with a button, he would have gotten anti-aired there. Just like that.
I mean, it's so far away you're getting anti-aired. I think that was intentional. Every now and then we see these Luke players go for, you know, the little army shoulder crawl thing, because you do have options out of it, whether it's flip kick or full shoulder tackle. They're not ideal options, but like there is an option, and it's, I don't know. We see Spaceboy do it all the time, and we've seen them been doing it since like 6 months ago in 5, and it just, I don't know, it looks funky.
Slow boom. Xombat like has the life lead, but otherwise it's such a rough spot. I love that from Caba. Okay. No, because it was the level 1, it's going to lose out to the meaty boom. No anti-air there coming out from Caba, but just earned the life lead. Zombat so on the back foot. Going for the throw. Okay. Parry pump. Flash kick does not connect. Zombat's out of the corner, but wasn't ready to respect the OD flash kick on wake up. Did you see Caba pumping there too?
Yeah. He's really getting the mind there. Back to the fireballs. There's that fireball beating out the drive rush. Xombat has just been completely locked out of this set, honestly. So many times they've thought they had an opportunity, and Caba just turns it around. Right now, we do have this corner control here from Xombat, but they have to just end it here. Like, they need to win the round.
Yeah, that was a real shame. Caba whiffs upside down kick, but Caba commits to a jump in attempt and not getting any sort of whiff punish for it. There's a lot of recovery on some of these tools that Caba is representing. Okay, please just go for the throw. Thank you.
There it is.
Counter DI. Xombat gets around.
Finally, something working out in their favor. Gets the faster DR off the round start.
I almost wish Xombat had just cashed out that early level 3. I guess maybe they want to hang on to the bars so they can have reversals or win out in the zoning game or something. Like you had talked about people repping reversal level 1, or not reversal level 1, just level 1 as a counter zoning tool. But
nope.
Okay, now we cash out the level 3. No! Xombat, please! God damn.
I don't have any words. I'm
All
so
right, Caba,
sorry,
see you in the
Xombat.
finals. I'm sorry, Xombat, but I'm already mentally moving on.
Now into burnout, gets air to aired. Life bar dwindling.
All right, so now the doctor has caught up with me 10 seconds in the future. No disrespect, Xombat. You played
It's a
great
tough
against
matchup.
Idom. It's a tough matchup. It's a tough pull.
Check out the replay.
Caba is obviously a stellar player, but you know, I also think that there were a couple of the call-outs that you were making just didn't work out too great for you. Whiffing the level 3, obviously a big issue for yourself, but you know, that wasn't the end of it, right? There was a lot in that set that I think didn't really work out for you. Going for like reversal level 1s in a lot of spot where you getting meaty boomed wasn't working out too great, and I think Caba just had